Gimbal guy here, and yes, very excited, very happy to share with you guys the first inductee, the first build inductee into the Patriot Blades Club with me and a good friend of mine, a good brother of mine. I love the guy to death, JJ Rotor Geek. So let's jump right in. First, we have this frame that I've been telling them about. I haven't let the cat out of the bag yet. I do want to show you guys very quickly. I'm a day late because, here you go, JJ. Had to get some little custom going for us. So anyway, we got the frame in. This is the Hyperlow. The Hyperlow by, I believe it's Hyperlow. Now the Hyperlow is a unibody frame. It's a unibody style frame for freestyle. It's a very rigid 4mm frame. Very rigid, but it has that flex that I believe JJ likes. It's not rigid to the point when it hits something it's gonna break, but it's a freestyle frame. Now the thing I like about this, it is a dual oriented build, meaning it has a mid-mount build, which is what I'm gonna build, where the carriage that holds everything is gonna be on the bottom, motors up here, and then a battery mount. So the battery mount is gonna be what they call true mid-mount. You can also do the normal setup where everything right here will be on top, your spacers and everything will be on top, and you can bottom mount or top mount the plate that way, as you can see. But I'm gonna do it where this will be down here. This plate is going to be up here as a battery mount, and of course the motors will be up here. So the battery is going to be in the prop line, which should give a way better center of gravity with the freestyle. But let's jump right in and get this thing cracking. Enough of the yapping. So we are using the Lumineer BL-HELI-S 35 amp 4-in-1 ESC. I'm gonna get some close-up shots for you guys, so I know this isn't doing it any justice. Now this is 45 amp burst at 15 seconds, 6S capable. It does have the 5 volt, 12 volt and 5 volt back on it, so this should take care of everything on the power side. My man JJ, he didn't know me from a fucking box of rocks. No pun intended. My name is Rocco, but he didn't know me from a box of rocks. So I didn't expect him to jump out the window and order anything. That's why I wanted to order the frame, the motors. That was another point of why I wanted to order everything. Because why would I come up with this idea and expect any money? He doesn't know. Other than the videos he's seen and my comments, he doesn't know where this stuff was going. But anyway, the man himself, JJ, ordered these. So I took it upon myself to try and make the frame kind of match up, have a nice little look. And I do color schemes with the names on my quad. I'm gonna talk about that really quickly. When I used to run the Vortex, I called it Red Devil. I have the Blue Demon, which is my Zool. I call my floss with the gold cobras on it, I call it Golden Cobra. I wanna call this maybe Green Goblin or Green Hornet. You choose, JJ. I like the Green Goblin, but whatever, let's get into it. So I am going to start by, I guess, getting some cardboard just to solder on my marble table. I'm going to start by tinning these things up very quickly. Everybody's seen people tin and solder on motors. Okay, we don't need to see the baby. So I'm going to talk through this. I would skip this part, but I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute about the club. A couple of questions my buddies had, and I wanted to discuss. So my buddy wanted to get in on it, David Berry, and he asked me a good question. He says to me, so when we're sending out the frame, are we going to send out, what, you think we should send out an extra motor? Should we send out this or that? And I'm like, no way. Why? Because I feel like this is to save money. What we're doing is to save money. So I want to think how, not how a corporation would think, but how anyone who is trying to save money would think. Why would we send out motors or ESCs or an extra flight controller or anything of that type? What if you send out a motor and the ESC goes out? What if you send out ESCs and the motor goes out? Like, we can't, you know, any builder knows anything can happen. So I would prefer that we send the bird out, just the bird. If something happens, we'll figure that out when it happens. But I don't want to just be sending stuff out and wasting money. So we may buy a piece that we never end up using. So with that being said, let's just build at this point. Whoever wants to donate, whoever wants to build. And I said in the last video, don't send free shit. Let me clarify. I was talking to corporations in the past. I've worked with Horizon Hobby on a video with my son for the, I believe it was the Inductrix. I worked on another video for some Banggood items and Hobbyco I used to work with. I was speaking to those type of people that I've worked with in the past. Any builders or anyone that wants to be in the club, feel free. If you want to send in some motors, if you want to send in some frames to be worked with, feel free if that's what you want to send in. It would be very much appreciated. I have a couple buddies that are going to donate some things, and I'm going to donate a couple more frames and parts and motors. But I just wanted to touch on that for a moment. I also wanted to speak to JJ about how quickly this is taking off. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe we would make this bird so fast. And the funny part is, as I believed when I came up with this idea, the birds we're gonna build, oh my God. We're not gonna wanna see them go on the road. I don't wanna see this bird go. But the thought of it being all around the world, different countries, different places, different pilots, that's way more satisfaction and gratification than I can get ever than building it and just flying it myself in a park. Ever. To know I had a hand in that is amazing. So we got this thing ready to go. Get some close-ups for you guys on that. Start tinning up these motor wires. Now I was gonna mount the motors and then heat shrink the whole arm for this cleaner look that I was going to go for on this build. I still am going to heat shrink all the wires together, but on this particular build, since I did paint the arms, there's no reason to heat shrink the whole arm. It would look a lot worse. So just jump right in here, and of course these wires are already tin coming from the factory, but good motors always are, but I like to hit them with my own solder. Probably gonna add some music in here and speed some of this stuff up. I'm not the most interesting person to talk to while filming. Now I also want to ask JJ, I saw on another one of his uploads, JJ has inducted the Y4 into the Patriot's Blade Club. That is amazing. Like, the quads that are gonna be in this club, it's ridiculous. Okay. Could have sworn I cut all these bad boys open. But as you guys can see, we are building this from the ground up. We're not using the old parts or everything's brand spanking, so I can't wait to see the enjoyment others get out of flying this thing. Also, as I said, I'm going to be putting some pictures up there. They're not mine, they're from the Hyperlow link, so just going to flash them up there real quickly. But this is a 2-build orientation style quad, so I'm going to flash those up there because I'm going to build one orientation. Now JJ, if you don't like this orientation, by all means, brother, flip it around to the normal style orientation with the cage area on top. And you can still top mount the battery, of course, that way, or bottom mount the battery. Some more questions I had for JJ. Let me think on it. But we are using, JJ ordered the Cobra CPL 2205 2700 kV race edition motor. These things are monsters. Let me just tell you. Low end torque, high end torque, wow. Yeah, so as I was speaking on, try and treat this build as if it was your own, something you built. I also want to speak on if someone receives this and they want to try a different orientation and you believe in your building skills, I mean, feel free. You're going to have to open her up to put your receiver in, so just know you will have to unmount all the motors. Well, actually, that's a lie. You would just take off the bottom cage and put it on the top. And then there is a front bumper that you would have to move around, but that's just a couple bolts, a couple screws. There's something more important I wanted to speak on. Okay, back again. You see, I'm here on these power wires. I do want to speak on, I remember what I wanted to talk about and I want to speak on it before I forget about it. My mind is going everywhere right now. So, I was going to order, and I will flash up a picture of this, the Win 5. The Win 5 frame, that's what I was going to order. I could hear it now. Me and JJ haven't spoken, as I said before. I love the guy. Seen him in video, spoken to him via email, text message. But we have yet to speak. It will be a day soon, I hope. But when I talked to him about the first frame, first build, I told him I was gonna get the Win 5 frame. And JJ being JJ, he's feeling like it's my idea. I know it's our idea. I felt maybe I was reading it out of context in the text message. Maybe I took it out of context, but I felt like he was like, it's his idea, but that's a shit frame. He didn't really say it, but I felt like that's what I read through the text. Like, man, it's cool, but we could do better. And it's a racing frame, it's not a freestyle frame. So first of all, I want to tell JJ thank you, because he made me think harder and made me come stronger, better than what I was thinking. He made me bring something better to the table. And in thinking about that, when I flash this picture up again, look at the arms on this thing. I was thinking light, freestyle, it'd be fast as shit. But look at those little puny arms. Yeah, I have some buddies that have that frame and they haven't broken arms, and I have some buddies that have broken arms. But just think about that thing going on tour. Let alone, we're talking about signing the frame, and there's not even any fucking room on that thing. And there's no room for a GoPro. So that frame would have fucking sucked balls. Appreciate you, JJ, for making me reach further. finding a true frame that we would all enjoy, something that I believe no one out there has yet. Maybe I could be wrong. But I don't believe many people have tried this frame. In my opinion, it's gonna be badass. Hopefully, and if it's, I didn't order it because I don't know who has one. I know I have an older one. Well, I did before I broke it. But I didn't know who has what, so I didn't want to spend money again. But this does have a mount for a GoPro Session, which is about, I think, 15 bucks or something, but I'm gonna get it printed or whatever I need to do to get that on this bird. But I would myself just jerry rig up the old GoPro on top. It has room. I figured it out. But anyway, you guys thank JJ for this Hyperlow build. Because if he would have just let me settle with my first mine, we would have had a boring ass Win 5. No offense to Win 5, but dude, come on. I can do a lot better. Alright. Scissors. I'm just trying to shrink up before I get her on there properly. Easy, gal. So, back to the build, guys. Thought I had a lighter laying around somewhere. Guess not. Sorry about that. I had to take a quick break. I'm kind of anal about this type of stuff. If I know something needs to be done, I'm gonna do it. I can't. My brain doesn't allow me to go to the next thing, so I had to run and grab a lighter. But I'm back. My son, Icy Creed, little Carter man, wants to be here oh so bad. But as I said, I'm so anal about things. I started on this last night. If anybody has done one of these before, it depends on how the edge of the carbon is. I should have did was, I believe JJ calls it chafing, whatever. But I should have scratched up the surface for the paint to hold a little better. That shit took hours, but hey, turned out beautiful, can't complain. I'm gonna send the pen, so we'll get dinged up, and I expect it to. So let's jump right in. What are we gonna do now? Now, JJ, I know you're probably gonna be like, dude, why? Why did you do that? Should I cut the wires down for JJ? I like my wires long, because I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but this is a Hyperlow, so it's not gonna be, yeah, dude. Skip it. Skip it and snip it, dude. Yeah. Go right there with it. Okay, JJ, let me tell you this story too. So let me check on my battery. Damn it, you can't see the battery when it's recording? Come on, son. Alright, so here goes the story. You all saw Patriot Blades Part 1. I was at the park. I was so excited, yada, yada, yada. Now, I come from a cinematography background. I heard JJ speaking he's in robotic engineer, I believe, and I know he came from at the tender age of 7, 8, 9, rebuilding amps, building his own amps, taking them apart, fixing them. But I come from a cinema background. I went to Art Institute for digital film and cinematography. So in chasing that shot, that's how I learned about quads, multi-rotors, drones, aerial platforms, what have you. And a friend of mine introduced me into racing drones and FPV, and after that, well, you guys know how that goes. But let me get to my story. So I'm at the park. If you guys watched the Patriot Blaze video, those beginning shots are at the end. I caught those at the end. I did some shots of some, I don't know if they're called bobcat tails, or I don't know what that plant is called, that tree flower, whatever. So I'm getting that last shot for the beginning of the video. And I guess, I still don't believe it in my mind, but I had so much shit on me, my quad bag, my book bag, camera in hand, tripod in the other, 2 quads dangling. I apparently left my camera bag on the ground there. It had my macro lens in it, it had my extra battery, it had my long distance telescopic lens, telephoto lens, charger, SIM cards, an array of stuff. So I can't even charge the battery that is in the camera right now. So if I'm rushing or skipping things, that's the reason why. I gotta get this video together for JJ today. Should have been last night, but last night I was painting. Whoop-de-doo. Ole, 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 ole. We should get some building tunes going, dude. I wonder, will that make YouTube hate my video? Do we have here, brother? Of course, I'm gonna play music out of my videos. Just some nice little soothing building music while we're talking. So let me just say I love this ESC. This 4-in-1 ESC combo, I'm gonna tell you why I love it, JJ. I had a little crash on my previous build. Let me see where it's at. And I knocked off in the crash. I believe I blew out this little guy right here. And it may just be, I'm not gonna act like I'm smart. I don't know what the hell it is. But that little guy has yet to fucking malfunction. Keeps on going like it's brand new out of the box. So like JJ says, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Or why change it? Why fix it? Huh. Alright, I'm planning to go like that with it. What? Draggy? Okay, we're gonna edit that out, definitely. What the hell? You're supposed to be helping me, bitch. What the fuck was that? Hey, yo, man. Come on, little guy. Let's sucks. Nowhere on that side to grab it. And I would usually not be doing this, monkeying around like this. Shit would have been soldered in an hour ago, but gotta keep in mind this is not up. I want to crimp that up. You know what? Fuck it. But gotta keep in mind the build is not just for me, you know. It's for everyone. And I want it to be, you know, impressive. Which I know it will be. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, as JJ said, he threw the wire, guys. Okay, that sucked. What the fuck are we doing here? So I'm also gonna say this. May not be the prettiest, but I can guarantee you it has saved my ass. I'm gonna drop some hot glue in here after I solder this on. I was never a fan of the terminals being that close to one another. Especially that close and just bare. That always kinda scared me a little bit, but whatever. No worries. Drop some hot glue in there and be fine. Get a better grip on this. So JJ said he threw the wire to avoid kind of lifting your pad. I doubt in my mind there would be any pad lifting off of this thing, but I'm sure with enough heat, anything is possible. The helping hands are not helping me. Little asshole. Okay. Me just being me, I'm gonna drop a little bit on there some more. I know I'm probably all out of focus, all out of frame. Like it's sealed up in there good. Damn. Damn. Good to go. Alright, as I said, I'm gonna drop some hot glue in between those. And I'm going to seal up this side. Like to kind of bring the solder in and just close everything up. I heard JJ explain on one of his videos you can leave air holes and whatnot in there. It's definitely not called air holes. I don't know the technical term, but you get the gist of it. It's in there. I know you guys are probably like, what are you doing, dude? We are back. Got the hot glue gun heating up. This camera is just stopping on me automatically, so I don't really know what I'm missing. Guys, just bear with me. Okay, so that's that. Now, I notice I'm gonna have to extend these wires, so luckily, Cobra is a great company. I may stick that little guy on there somewhere. And JJ, you are flying this thing first, brother. No ifs, ands, or buts. I think you already said that, but I was thinking I was going to sign just gimbal, and then when it gets back, sign the guy. I was gonna have my son, when he was building it with me, sign Icy, and then when it gets back, sign Creed, but that little bugger had to be in school today. This was such an interesting deal though. I thought hard and long about taking him out of school to do this with me, because he is gonna be pissed when he finds out we did it without him. Shaky hand. I knew that was gonna happen. Fucker. Too freaking anal about this shit. Guess a lot of people would say use the helping hand. That's what it's there for. Yeah. Come on, little buddy. So, let me think of something to speak on. Now, definitely, JJ, you are going to have to rethink your PIDs on this one. As I said, I'm going to do it in the mid-mount orientation, and I hope you fly it like that. But of course, it's your choice. Of course, it is your choice, sir. But I believe JJ is going on a rant tonight, and he wanted me to join him. It is Friday afternoon. I don't know how quickly this is going to get to JJ. I believe I'm going to go pay some crazy amount and try and get it to him. Today is Friday, so I guess it's only going to get there by Monday. I don't know. If there's some crazy way I can overnight it to him. We will find out. We're cooking, brother. 2 down, 2 to go. Let's get it. So as I stated, when I was shooting that amazing video in the park, I left my camera bag, so this moment I do not know what I'm going to do for B-roll footage. But as my teacher used to always say, you better fucking figure it out. So I wonder what JJ's rant is gonna be about tonight. It's not really, and I know my brother, he's not really doing a rant. He's just doing a discussion, but he's always got so much going and so much content on his channel. It's freaking amazing. That's what I want to ask you, JJ. How the hell, where do you find the time? It's like a fucking madman over there. He builds, he films, he edits, he works. You know he's got the family. Jesus. Because let me tell you guys who think we're just slapping together videos and throwing them up. This stuff is very time consuming. Just the editing part alone. Maybe not the filming, but and that flight video in the cemetery, JJ, freaking awesome. Freaking amazing. I never thought about flying in the cemetery, but the footage was dope. So I definitely want you guys, viewers, to jump down in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this Hyperlow build. Would you like to fly it? Does it look crazy insane? Do you like the color scheme? What do you think about Green Goblin or Green Hornet? I'm going with Green Goblin, but you know, it's not for me, it's for the public. And JJ, I definitely want your honest opinion, brother. Should I have stuck with the Win 5? I just believe this overall frame's rigidity, body style, it'll be better suited to go on tour and be flown by a lot of FPV pilots. Like the aim here isn't to be the best flyer or the best racer or so I believe something, as JJ I think was trying to say without saying it in his text back to me, is we need a frame that is going to be hella durable. And we won't be second guessing anybody flying it or it coming in contact with any type of terrain, so to speak. What do we want to do next? Now, I didn't see in here any mounting hardware for the actual alrighty. Yeah, I believe all this stuff might just be for the top mounting kit. I don't know for sure. I definitely don't want to use it up. So, okay. Let's do some counting. Simple math, dude. Alright, my hot glue gun is good. Goop this thing up. Try and get this on camera. Now I'm just gonna run it probably out of frame. Jesus. Fucking extension cord when you need one. Just gonna goop this up. Now in that same crash, I believe, where I told you guys I knocked off a diode, or I don't know what those things are called. I thought it was a little capacitor. What the hell ever. I knocked it off, but I kinda knocked off my power wire, and if the hot glue was not there, boy, I tell you. Bad news. So anyway, JJ, another thing I want to speak on. Can you please conformal coat this for me? I do not have any of that stuff. I know you're gonna have to open her up to put the flight controller and everything else in, whatever else you're gonna add. So, if you don't mind, brother. Okay. Sorry for the quick intermission. Had to change the cards. Wow, this is gonna be a long video. So I put a little hot glue on there. Got a little over excessive, but it'll be alright. JJ, as I said, maybe you can conformal coat that for your boy. Brother. I looked through this. Oh, I should have grabbed some mounting gear. So I'm assuming they want me to screw this in with freaking metal. Fuck that. I don't know. I'm about to go grab a nylon set. I don't understand this shit. Makes no sense. I believe that's for the plates. Oh god, nylon set to the rescue. Let's see what we have here. For you guys. So I'm assuming this is the Hyperlow for a reason. Going to mount these guys pretty low. See, that is an adequate distance. As I said, I'm super anal. I know JJ doesn't care. He'll rewrite the motor sequence and BL Heli Suite, or however he does it. I've never done that before. But I just want to check. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Actually, maybe a bit over the top, brother. I have used these little guys before, but that is what caused the blowout. As you can see on there, it was burn up. So I'm not gonna do that to JJ. That's because I had it crunched like. On the Zool, there was a 13 mil clearance. So on this baby, I ordered 15 mil standoffs. They said on there you can add any standoffs you like, but that doesn't even look like 15 mils to me. We'll figure it out when we get there though. Okay, this is boring. Gonna skip this part, guys. Oh, we're back. Kids these days, you know. Had to run up to my child's school. This morning I told him to grab his lunch in his book bag, and he grabbed his tablet, left his book bag and his lunch. So, after delivering that, I'm back. So I wanted this build to be extra clean. I actually just got done extending the motor wires and heat shrinking them. Now I'm gonna tin the extensions very quickly. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, I had to take a look on the website and try and see how this thing is put together because I've never seen one of these before. As you can see, they just sent a bunch of screws. Now I will say there's a TPU camera mount, which you just slide in 2 of the standoffs, 2 of the 6 standoffs they send. I've already inserted those in there. And it says, I believe, it says it's for any size. On the website there's a full size camera in there, but I'm guessing these can turn to fit whatever size. I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get there. I will be soft mounting the motors, had these laying around waiting to use them. I just feel like, hey, mid-mount setup, might as well make sure everything else is crackling. So we are going to be running these 22 size soft mounts on there. I am excited about this as you guys are, and as I said, I'm trying to move a little quickly, a little quicker than normal, because I am going to try and overnight this and make sure this gets to JJ's doorstep sometime tomorrow. I don't know what that cost would be, but I don't really care at this point. It's for the love of the game, baby. Alright, so let's take a moment and cheat, as I would call it. Look at the website. See how this is put together. Alright, that was a bunch of wasted battery and wasted film. Let me get to it. So I'm assuming motor 1, motor 2. I'm assuming I'm going to mount this backwards, upside down, inverted, whatever, however you want to call it. will let us. Guess it would be too hard to solder if it's already mounted. The conundrum. I guess let me put this together first. Let's top mount together. Where is the other plate that I am seeking? Oh, duh, it's in my lap. Idiot. Stop all this noise before I try and talk to you guys. I am so happy that this is happening at such a fast pace. It's kind of unbelievable. And I give all that credit to JJ for hopping right on board. That was amazing, man. I believe I'm gonna skip this part, guys. It's nothing but screwing in some nuts and screws. I wish they had some type of manual on here as to how to put this little bugger together. One thing I hate is building something wrong, seeing that you got the wrong screw somewhere and having to go back. Because as I said before, I'm very anal and particular. These type of builds. Hopefully everything is gonna work out just fine though. Okay, that's that piece. That is going to go directly in here as such. And this is now your top battery mount. I'm guessing we're gonna slide Velcro through here, slide a Velcro through here, bam. Up to a 1500. I'm sure you could put a 1800, but I wouldn't. But up to a 1500. So I'm pretty sure at this point I don't have much battery left. I'm gonna whittle it down. I've been rambling a bunch, talking a lot, but we are back here. We got everything set up. We're pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna self mount these motors, come back with some soldering game. I guess what I'm gonna do is solder the motors and then mount them. I'm going to run them in here. I don't want the under the arm look or wrapped around or zip tied around. Now this may cause an issue with the battery mount, but I feel like I'll be able to squish some zip ties in there. It'll be alright. We'll be alright. So let me go to soldering some things up. Flip this over the other way. Keep in mind, we'll be the other way. So I'm going to invert everything. So this is going to be motor 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get to business, baby. Guess it will be like this way. So yes, this is motor 1. Now I could solder these on the bottom and make life easier, but I'm not going to do that. Just gonna let it do what it do, baby. And I'm probably gonna solder one on, save that little bit of battery, and come back with the finished project. Well, with the finished ESCs at least. So enough with the rambling, buddy. Let's get her done. Guess I will work from the inside to the outside. I'm left-handed. Get on the solder glove. Some new heat on this bad boy. A little tricky, a little sticky. JJ always says heat through the wire, so you don't lift the pad. Now I'm also soldering over the board, which isn't the best, but shouldn't really have any splashes at this point. Splashes, spatter, whatever. You know what I mean, Jay. And I'm always a little anal about this too. I like to try and get the wire in the middle of the pad. Which isn't always the easiest, but it can be done. It isn't impossible. Remember, kids, you're usually gonna want to use your, that's motor 1. You're usually gonna want to use some freaking usually you want to use some tweezers, something to get in here a little bit easier. And I guess I don't really have to be worrying about which motor at this moment. They're not mounted down, so it doesn't really matter. Just make sure I'm grabbing all the wires from the same motor. Let's get on in here. Trying to make this deadline for JJ. Don't want to rush too much. I guess I'll knock another one out real quick and then cut this off. Come back when we're done. Guess not real quick, because this shit is acting a fool. Hey, let my glove go. Boom, bam, quick and easy. We'll be back when I got the other 2 on. See these 2 right here. Quick, down and easy. Let me see if you guys can see that. Yep. So guys, we're back. We got everything soldered up. About to do some mounting of some motors and close this little puppy up. So, with that being said, let's get to it, brother. Now on my Cobra Gold series, I'm not really a fan of these washers. I'm gonna send them to you. JJ, I'm sending them to you just in case you want to add them, but on my last build I put them on and the screws vibrated out. I didn't Loctite it, so that was stupid, but I thought the washers would prevent that. Either way, let's see how long these are. Can I even soft mount properly? Whew, it's a little sketchy. A little sketch. As I stated earlier, doesn't fit. I'm so happy to be a part of this build and to be a part of this club. This is amazing, guys. Okay, did I just mix up the screws here? Forgot about these. I did order some 8 and 9 mil screws for other projects I had going. I'm probably gonna have to use that on this. These may not be getting that much grip. We will see shortly. Okay, could have been wrong. Gripping down just fine. Torque them down a little. Oh, this build is going to be freaking awesome, dude. JJ, I'm not Loctiting these motors, so you can come back and Loctite them if need be. Actually, I can go ahead and Loctite them. Oh God, running out of battery here, kids. I'll be back with all four. Hey, we're back. You hear yourself in the background, JJ? How you like that? Sounds weird, huh? Okay, let me go through this because I don't have that much battery left. Look at that sexy motherfucker right there. Hyperlow, the Green Goblin. Now I just threw this in here just because I wanted some type of, you know, some type of example of what would be in there. It's supposed to be a full-size camera. I don't rock full-size cameras anymore. I only order the micros, but you can move these bumpers in and mount. I don't have a side-mounted full-size camera, so. But JJ, pick what camera you want. Let me know, and I will order it to your front doorstep. There's plenty of room in here for the Kakute. I hope I'm saying that right. The Kakute F7, I believe he has. Right here, I know you love running the far view Pagoda. So it has a couple holes right here. You can mount the VTX and strap it down right here. And then, of course, strap down the SMA, which comes out to this, which is just a little protector. But boy, is this thing slick. I meant to grab a battery. I'm going to grab a battery, but the battery will be pretty much in the prop line. So you can imagine the control it's going to have. Whew, this thing is freaking awesome. It's going to fly like a scolded dog. All right. So, and I also wanted to talk to you about props, JJ. My favorite prop, I'm throwing them in here, is the 5051. I love this prop. I need you to test this out on this guy for me when you get it built up. And then I also have, if you just want the screamer, the 5050, which is a lot thicker. It's a heavier prop. It's, I believe, 4.3 grams. These are so light and whiskey. These are 3.3 grams per prop. So I want you to try these and let me know what you think. Inside I am enclosing, of course, your pin-out wire will be in there, brother. On my bird, I just busted it down, but I'm running a PDB, so I just ran off the power wire to my PDB all-in-one flight controller. But you have a 5-volt out and 12-volt out on here. Of course, on mine, I just ran the motor wires out and I pulled out the other ones. But that'll be in here. A couple extra screws that came with the frame. There were just 2. And I didn't, as I said, use any of the motor washer screws. Screw washers, sorry, an idiot. Didn't use any of those, so all that'll be in there for you, JJ. I just want to say, dude, you're an amazing person. I'm so happy that I'm involved in this with you. This is crazy. I'm such a pack rat. My wife is gonna hate me, but I'm keeping these boxes. No matter how old I get, every time I look at them, I'm gonna have a just the thought of what we did, man. And like I said, you didn't have to do what you did, and you did. So this is what the Patriot Blade Club members have to look forward to. And this thing, let me tell you, is better than all of my builds. I want one of these fucking things. But as I explained earlier, I do the color schemes. This is a Blue Demon. Excuse the green props. This is Golden Cobra, usually rocking orange props. They don't make these props in orange yet. I can't find them, so. I thought it would be cheesy to paint this gold. It would look like a fucking Christmas ornament, so I didn't do that. The Red Devil used to be the Vortex. Of course, nobody's flying those things anymore. But this guy right here, and I also want to speak, and JJ, let me know if I'm sending you this stuff because I feel like you know more people in a lot more areas. I don't want to just be walking around and handing this to people, but a lot of people I won't know who to mail to other than a couple friends in Chicago and a couple friends in New York. And New York is kind of iffy about flying in that area. But I was going to order, I have one motor. I was going to order 3 more motors, flight controller and whatever. I'll order all this stuff and send it to you. I'll build it and then send it to you. And I just know you know more people to send it out to in the club. But I definitely am adding this lizard frame. It's the lizard bottom. And then it's a 3D printed top part where you can mount your VTX. And the lizard has some problems with the carbon fiber, so I'll be building this up and donating it also to the Patriot Blades Club. That being said, I'm going to try and skedaddle on over here and get this in the mail. I'm going to try and overnight it. Last time I overnighted something in California, I think it was like 120 bucks. I needed to overnight that broken ass Vortex. So I'm going to try and overnight this to you, JJ, tonight. I want you to get this by tomorrow morning. I won't send this bullshit camera. This is not coming with it. This was just a reference point I wanted people to see, but I just stuck that in there. Get that shit out of there. But definitely, I'm sending you these props. Both of these props I want you to try out. I am going to add this old battery. I usually have Velcro running where I run my batteries. I took it off of here because I needed it for another battery. But I don't want to, I want this to just be a super clean build. So I'm going to add this. This is from a hover ship, the last V2, but it doesn't matter. Whatever is going to provide some type of stickiness for the lipo. Doesn't matter what it is. And you can change out these Velcro straps if you want to, Judge. I don't know if you have some, maybe somebody can get some custom Patriot Blade Club Velcro straps. And I have a buddy that does hats and whatnot, apparel. You guys can see that gimbal guy right there. I am going to talk to him and see if he can do something like this for the Patriot Blades Club. Just to, you know, get some apparel going. I'm definitely going to at least get one out to JJ and his guys. Maybe get a box of 5 or 10 out for him to pass around. But just something nice for the club members. And JJ, again, I want to say thank you, brother. I love you, man. You don't even know me. I'm going to sit down and do a handwritten, I'm from a different era, so I don't want to send an email anyway. But I'm going to do a handwritten letter and mail it out to you, just expressing my feelings about this. And we have more builds to come, people. Look at that. I'm going to get some close-ups with this last little battery, some B-roll footage to throw in there for you guys. But hopefully you all will see us this weekend on the rant. And I'm not letting JJ see this at all. Not at all until it shows up to him. He has no idea what the fuck this looks like. Sweet. Alright guys, so it should be ending right here and you guys will be picking up with JJ and he'll be building. See you soon guys. Peace.